what's going on, guys, and welcome to another episode here on the Voidcraft server. As you guys can probably tell by the title and the thumbnail of this video, we have been on this server for 1 whole year. That is correct, a whole year on this server. And today we're going to be going over everything that's been built and, you know, just exploring the world and just kind of seeing it as a whole, because we don't really get to do that too often. We kind of just get stuck into our little projects and kind of forget about things. But today we're going to be going through every little single thing here on the server. So, if you enjoy this one at all, don't forget that like button, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you don't miss any and all future uploads. We do also have a Discord channel down below if you want to join the server and, you know, have a chat with us and see some like easier updates on the world as we get through. I will try my best to maybe even get a world download for you guys and leave it in the description, and there will be some timestamps as well during this video. So if you want to check out the capital, or if you want to skip ahead to someone's base in particular, you can go ahead and do that as well. And there should be a lot of nice you know, screenshots and, you know, break videos in between all this, showing before and afters, and, you know, some during shots as well. So yeah, let's get into the video, and we'll start with the capital here. Obviously this here is the main area of the world. As you guys can see, it's still under construction. It's been a year, I know, but it's been quite a busy one for everyone. So we've done a fair bit of work here. Not everything is built by me. Hopefully I'll get everyone's names that built the things correctly and I don't mess any of that up. I have some research done already as well. So let's go ahead and get out to this first little shop outside the capital. It is a general store. So in this store here, this is Z-Man's store. I forgot to mention that as well. He obviously just sells all your general goods. So anything you might need, just some blocks, some wood, all that kind of stuff. The place is looking pretty good. I think he's still going to add some more stuff to the area, but I just don't think he's had a time for that. We also have you know, some fireworks, netherite ingots, not too bad, 25 diamonds for one. And we also have a deal of the day. Let's see if there's anything good inside here. We've got some books here. Don't really need any of those, so we'll just leave them there, and we can move on to the next little area. So these things out here, as you guys can see, they're kind of like ruined buildings, because this is outside the capital wall. They're not being quite maintained or anything like that, so there is kind of some ruins around the place next to some of these maintained buildings and things, because it's not really that big of a concern out here. So things just kind of like went away and withered away, and no one really did too much about it. This here was a challenge arena. I never even got to play this. I'm not sure if anyone else did, but it looks really cool anyways. It's done pretty good. Maybe we might have to hit this up again at some point. I'm not really sure who built that, but maybe it was down here. No, I'm not really sure who built that one, sorry. Outside here, I'm guessing these are just kind of general homes and things that, yeah, they aren't really got any interior or anything like that. They're just kind of here just to add some presence to outside the capital. Looks like there's some merchants or like sellers and stuff like that. Got a nice windmill up here. I believe Crab was working on this. Don't hold me to that though. Again, no interior on this one, but the outside looks pretty nice and dandy if you ask me. It's coming together pretty good. Now, let's get on into the capital itself. This wall here was done by Roth. Let me see if I can fly up and give you guys a good look. There we go. So this here is the section that Roth did just here. So yeah, as you guys can see, Roth did this section here. It looks absolutely insane. It's a nice, this is the main entry gate into the capital. It's got some nice like gate locks coming down here so you can't get in. A little bit of this has been worked on if we come in and around this way. You know, it's got some nice little work and steps up top to go all the way up to the top there. It looks really cool. We can quickly go have a run up, and then we can see the capital from the top. And we go with some nice levers up here, you know, to get the gate going down. All this just looks absolutely insane with the chains and everything. He did a really good job at this. I tried to replicate it over there, but I failed bad. So yeah, as you guys can see here, this is the capital. Just here, we can give it a flyby, and we can check out everything that is in here. So you guys are probably watching or watched at the start, kind of before and afters of all of this just here. It's honestly, the work that was done here is insane. I didn't do too much of the terraforming or like flattening anything like that. I think I joined a bit later on, as most of it got done, or I got stuck on my own projects or something. I'm not really sure what happened there, but everything here was done probably by Roth and Crab, probably mostly. I think Mr. Magic Blocks was working on this magic district down here, and you know, a lot of these other cool buildings. So let's stop in and have a look at each one of them, and we can have a look and see what they are. So we'll start here. This is a little gatehouse that I built. It's for the gatekeeper of the gate, obviously, as his gatehouse. You guys probably seen the video to that one. It's not really anything too crazy, just kind of like a nice simple build there for that one just over here. Next up, we have Mattcraft's house/store. So this is his redstone emporium in here. Any and all redstone goods you might need, you can grab from in here. I'm not sure what we got going up this way. Oh, that's to his house. So we got his house up the top just here. We won't go too far into there, you know. I don't think this is... I thought he meant to have a secret passage just here, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was meant to be, but maybe he got rid of it just for convenience sake. But we can check out his base later as well, because he's since moved out of this little house, but it's his nice capital house, and I will sleep real quick. Okay, so next up we have our flower just here. This here is designed by Crab and maybe Zolani, I think. Don't hold me to that. It's been a while since it got made. But it here is meant to represent the different, you know, zones, regions, I guess, of the world. I'll insert a picture here and you guys can see it, what exactly I'm talking about. But there's different regions across the world as well. The capital, obviously, where we are now, and the other regions just here. So they have their own flags and their own color regions and stuff like that, so it kind of represents that, and it looks really cool as well. So we get all of the buffs and things inside here. It's done really well. They did a great job just there. This here is Crab's design as well, I believe. She's working on kind of like a diagonal thing. I don't think there's anything inside either. It's just kind of the house done at the moment, but it's not too bad. It's getting there. Over here we have my snow store. Now I did also go ahead and build a massive like ice farm all the way out there. I'll maybe leave a link to it in the video right now if I remember to do so. If not, it's just kind of like a general AFK ice farm. It was pretty cool. It was kind of like my first big mega build of that. So yeah, outside here we have a nice little skating rink and all that fun stuff. But that's pretty much my store. Haven't really done too much with it other than what I did originally, so it, you know, occasionally gets some sales when people don't want to go out and get their own ice and snow. Next up here, this is done by, I want to say, Roth and Abby. Did this whole little tavern kind of style thing. The whole inside has like been fully furnished and all that stuff, so it's kind of like a tavern-y area. It's got some rooms up here that you can stay in and all that good stuff if you want to, you know, crash in the capital and don't have your own rooms. They did also build the casino and wheel downstairs, so if we head downstairs we can go to I think it's this way, yeah, the big wheel of fortune. So it's kind of like a big gambling game. You put in a block of diamonds and you may get something good or something bad. So this is it here. You go ahead and put in what you'd like just there, and you press the button and out comes your rewards. I have spent too many diamonds on this thing, so I am not going to do it right now. But yeah, it's a really cool design. I'm not sure how they did it. You know, you can probably check out their videos as well for it if you want to find out. Not sure if I mentioned, but you can check everyone's channels down in the description below if you want to find out some stuff that they've built. Let's fly up here, and this whole river just here has been added in by hand. It was not actually here at all, as you guys can probably tell from some of the older screenshots and things. It was not even here. None of this lake was here, this river, none of that was there either. It's all been added in by hand by, I believe, I want to say Crab did a lot of this as well. Probably Roth helped out. I think maybe Abby did a little bit as well. I'm not sure who else touched it. There probably was some other people here as well, but yeah, not too sure on that one there. But this here is the wall that I extended. You've probably seen the video potentially it was probably a month or so ago, I reckon now. I know, it's pretty much the same design. I just copied it all the way along. It was a bit of an effort getting onto the diagonal to work, but you know, it worked out really well, and I'm glad I could just help out and do a bit around the capital as well, just to lighten the load off some other people that have been doing a lot. So let's go ahead and cross over the bridge now, and we can check out the next little zone here of the capital. I love this bridge design as well. It's so nice and just nice and quaint. It's like nothing too fancy, but it just works so well. Just here is our main nether portal. I we haven't designed a new one. We kind of stopped the build on it just because we weren't sure exactly where it was going to go or what was happening with it. So this was it originally, just here. Like, I'm pretty sure it started in like the very first episode or so of this portal just here. So it hasn't really done much since then. But that's kind of where it stayed. I'm not sure where it's going to get moved to eventually. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Just over here though, we have Abby's store. She recently did a redesign of this thing and I think it looks great. She added a few more things in store as well, so we can come in and check it out. We have now all fully diamond armor or enchanted. We have some bottles of enchantment, some TNT, all that stuff. She has down here just some general blocks that are kind of a bit annoying to get and, you know, a bit different to get as well. And upstairs she has all the books that you could ever dream of for 1 diamond each, which is an absolute steal. So we got all these just here. She did a crazy job at farming out all of those with her villagers, I'm assuming, to get those all discounted prices. So we get them all for 1 diamond each, which is really handy. Let's go ahead and close that door here and we can head over to Ross' little garden. This thing looks absolutely really cool. I really like the way, like this, what do they call them? Like I can't think of what they're called right now, but the little enclosure there for all the plants inside. I'm not sure why all the doors are open. Who's been leaving the doors open? But basically inside here, as you can guess, you can buy anything plant related, leaves, bushes, anything like that. There's this nice little flowery section over here. I think it looks really cool. It's quite a nice little build as well. It kind of all works really well and everything looks really cool in here, I think. This shop here is the leather, wool, string and item frame shop by Crab and Bren. If you come inside here, obviously, you know, it sells the wood and the item frame, string, all that kind of stuff. They have this really cool like little display over here. There's nothing really yet on the second floor. I'm not sure what they're going to add up here, but it's looking pretty good so far. I like the way they've done it, and the whole wool section here. So anything you need, you just come here and get your wool, and they have the item frames and leather and all that stuff as well if you need it. So it's a really cool and handy shop when you're coming to get this kind of stuff as well. Now, I believe this was Tex's shop. I'm pretty sure someone purchased it off him when he left the server, but I can't remember who it was. But that elytra up there was saving me. I remember I died somewhere and I needed an elytra. I didn't have a spare one, so I borrowed that one. It was Tex's wings, and it saved me. I don't know where they've disappeared to, but someone may have taken them somewhere, or something might have happened. But yeah, those wings there definitely saved me in all of my gear. But in here, it's got your shulkers and elytras if you need any of those. Inside here we have Wonderful Woods. I believe this is Z-Man's shop. I'm pretty sure it is from memory, if that's right. Yeah, Z-Man, there we go. I thought so. But in there you can buy anything wood related. Coming over this way here, we have Soul's Brews. I think this is his assassination service. No, welcome to Die a Lot. Oh, inside there's all your dies. Handy name. Coming over this way here, he has his Soul's Brews. So it's kind of like a bar tavern style, and inside there you can find any potions that you need. Coming up this way is I think the newest addition to the capital. It's Try Gold. So anything in there is gold related. You get your totems of undying. Anything, gold related. Really, golden carrots, golden apples, golden bars, golden nuggets. Anything you want, gold related. We have nice little pop-up shops here and there. Pretty much everything over here is done by Mr. Magic Blocks himself and his wonderful emporium. Anything, enchanted or anything like that, you need tools, weapons, armors, anything like that. He has a couple of magical plants up there, which we should definitely buy one of those soon. Relocate them, give them a nice home as well. But as it gets, I'll fly up here and check out this little area just up here. So this is kind of the magic quarters, so anything magic related comes over this way and gets built up over here. There's a creeper inside the house. Okay, we're just going to fly out of there because I don't want to deal with that creeper. But inside here is his house over here. I believe it's like his house castle kind of thing that he's kind of built. He hasn't done too much to it yet, but that's kind of where it is. And there's that floating arrow that's been there since day one, I believe. It has not done anything different. It's really cool. I like it. I don't know exactly how it was done, but this whole the harbor here was completely hand done. I did help dig out a little bit of this. I would like to I did manage to come on and help out dig a little bit of this, but I didn't fill this up with water or do anything of the decoration side of things. I just came and helped and dug it out a bit. But yeah, all this was done by hand. It looks really cool. Over here is kind of the docks areas. We might try and build a couple of boats in here maybe soon and try and get that kind of filled out and looking a bit nicer as well. Just here, I think this is Crab's house. Just here, as she, been working on the capital a lot, she just kind of built her house here, and I don't believe she's moved too far out other than that. This here is kind of a house. I'm not really sure whose it is or what exactly it is, but it says the house just there. We have Soul's Assassination Services here, so if you want someone dead for some reason, this is where you go. You pay the money, Soul gets it done. Don't ask me how or why. Don't ask me how he does it, but he just gets it done. Over here is kind of the kind of gateway to the docks. Just here we have dire situations. So anything like you need some blocks in a dire rush, you just come over here and buy some things that you might need. Some bone blocks. I think you had shulkers here as well, fire rockets, anything else like that you might need. That's your one-stop shop. Over here is a little tavern we just built in last episode. Well, not really, it's just kind of a house actually, sorry. And just over here we have our house that we built in last episode. I still haven't done the interior to it, but it's just kind of helping to fill out this little area just here. This is another back wall that Roth did work on. I really like the roof style designs that he did on these points this year. I think they worked really well, and his color scheme and everything like that is just absolutely crazy. And his detailing up here again with the fences and the gates coming down, I think it just looks really cool. But that there is pretty much the capital as far as the buildings and essentials go. We do have slowly started working on this, pathway coming up here to the castle. Roth and Z have been working on this a little bit as well, and it's coming together really nicely. I can't wait to see it all done. Hopefully I can jump on and work on a bit of it with them as well. But yeah, that's the castle coming together just there. Next up we have Roth's the little outside, I think it's kind of like a village and stuff outside the capital just here with his nice farmlands, his church just there, a couple of buildings here that we helped him do a little bit of interior on because he asked us for help because he thought I was good at interior. I don't know where he got that idea from, but we came over and helped him out anyways. Just over here obviously is his church and a couple stables over here with all of his skeleton horses. Absolutely insane. This whole area just over here is done really well. I really like what he's done to the place. Now we shall fly back over this way and check out this mountain. This whole mountain was custom made by Roth and this whole mountain here was custom made by Roth and Crab. It is insane. It's so massive. It's just awesome. Their mountain design is just crazy. And it's not even all of it. You just wait till we go inside. There's a whole tomb inside of this. Look at the pathway. You can lead it all the way up this way. Okay, let's go ahead and land if I can. Yep, there we go. And let's go ahead and explore this little thing here because it's a whole tomb inside of this mountain. It looks really cool. Here we go. I found the entrance. It's so hard to find the entrance to this thing. But let's, can I go in here? Oh, it's so dark and gloomy. I do not like this. Hopefully nothing comes out and gets us. Look at this stuff here with the models and the armor stands and all that stuff. It looks really cool. It looks like they were still kind of designing a bit of it because I have their chests and stuff in here. But look at this stuff. That's just insane with the crypt and it just looks really cool. We've got this skeleton up here getting stabbed by the sword. They just left him up there to die. We have the skeletons in here in their crypts and things as well. Oh, there's a zombie. And I don't think they've finished the inside here, but I imagine it's going to go into some more crypt stuff. But even what they've done now is just absolutely insane. It looks really cool. It's definitely one of the cooler builds, I think, on the server so far. I think for sure I'm going to be doing a part 2 of this, going through maybe 5 or so designs of my favorites, and we can explore that one together. But let's head down this way here. We'll go check out the community mine. It's just down this way here. It's coming down, inside we go. So this is kind of an area here, so we didn't want to go strip mining everywhere and all over the world, so we just made this community mine that everyone can come to and do their work. We have some beds obviously in here if you need to save your respawn and stuff, and heading over this way, I think it still needs to get a bit of work done around this area, but this is all looking pretty good so far. We have the nice kind of pathway leading down, and it's going to be eventually all all pathways like this, and adding in some more like ores and things around the place to make it look a bit cooler. And down there we have a beacon as well, just to make things a bit easier on everyone while they're digging around. This here was Roth's little hobbit hole that he was starting with at the start of the series. It looks really cool, nice and quaint, you know, not too much that you'd need apart from the nice little starter house. That was his little hobbit hole to begin with. Coming over this way we have someone else's house. I'm not really sure whose this is exactly. I tried to get everyone to leave me their codes of their base so I can, you know, let everyone, like, give them their shout outs and things, but it looks like they have a nice wool farm over here, so probably someone doing the sheep related stuff. It looks pretty cool though. I like the start of it. I'm not sure if they're still even active on the server, but we shall see. There's a little tower here that's been started. Let's head over this way though. We have a few mini games just here that we can check out really quick. So this was a Crystal Mountain. I didn't actually go ahead and play this one, but from what I know is you hop in a cart just up there and it runs you through the track, and occasionally, you know, crystals would drop out for you and you collect them. It's all random. You just get to hop in the cart and go for a ride. But we'll go check out the gem heist over this way that Crab designed and did all the redstone stuff for. It's really cool how she did it actually. But we'll fly. It's just over here. I just want to mention that I did get the first block for this game here because I'm one of the best participants, I would like to say. You know, I'm here from the start. I got the first block, but we still had that in our trophy room at our base as well. But here, essentially what it was is, you know, you had these different gems that are worth different points, and they would pop up just here. But I think this whole like environment just here looks really cool. The ancient gem heist is what it was called. You could see what was coming next, and just this whole area looks really cool. Okay, so flying over this way here, we have my base slowly loading in. I will leave a video that you can check out if you want a detailed look over on this bases here, but we have done some more work since then, so I will go ahead and go another little quick run through just here for you guys so you don't have to keep jumping to different videos. But just here is kind of the outside area. This is kind of for villagers to live in and kind of populate the top of the mountain. I still have a lot of work to do on it, obviously. It's not completely done, but it's kind of the theme I'm going for, with some nice homes on top of here, some nice overgrown bushes and things on this side. We have our big mega tower just up here, which probably a lot of you have seen the video for already. But coming around this way is kind of where the main of the base is. We'll put in some before and afters of this whole village for you guys. Don't worry about that. You can check it all out and kind of see the work I've done here over the past year. But this is probably, like, honestly one of my favorite things I've ever built in Minecraft. I think just the sheer mass of it. Like, they're not really like any like mega builds or anything like that, but they're just kind of lots of little things that intricate to each other and kind of work really well, I think, personally anyways. There's our villager still is trapped up in there. Funny skit I did a little while ago, I thought. But yeah, that's kind of like my base. I'll do a quick little run through for you guys. Not much has changed inside as far as what the other video had. So this kind of my inside here. We got our storage on either side. We have our villagers up this way. So I have kind of my main villagers that I want to trade with and things. I have a couple spare just in here, plus then through, you know, we have our, you know, cooks and our librarians and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of where I keep them. We have a little snowman up there to get all of our snow goods, because this whole area was not actually meant to be in snow. But anyways, going downstairs here, we have our little like spa room and things like that. Underneath here, there's a mob spawner, so I've kind of converted that into a little mob farm. And down here, we have our smelting room, which I don't honestly ever really use. I just smelt anything up the top there. But we do have working blast furnaces inside the lava, so that kind of works out really well for us. We have our trophy room over here, which you guys have probably seen as well lately. You know, it's over here. It's not completely done. I still need to put my netherite block in there, but once I do, that's it, just there. All done. Also, that's our first gem from the gem heist. We have kind of our cool little trophies in here that we've obtained over the, you know, course of the year and things, just from like little games and all that kind of stuff as well. Now if we head upstairs, just in here, I have kind of a big dining hall just here for villagers, you know, to eat at. It's also where I have my, you know, what are they called? The calorics, just to buy some rotten flesh off of me when I have them. And, you know, it's kind of like a cool little room. I really like the way this room turned out, to be honest. It's kind of like a nice dining hall with the big wine barrels on the side there. You know, they can get on it if they want to. But coming upstairs, we have some more bedrooms and things that are populated by villagers now. So we have a couple of bedrooms here and there. It's still not 100% done with the walls and stuff other than ceiling, but over this way here we have the master kind of room just up there. It's kind of quite nice. I like it. And over this way here we have a big church and things, so you know you can come in here and do any prayers and stuff that you want. We got some Bibles is there as well, and a nice big glass wall to look outside and look over the village. Now coming up on top of the base, just up this way, we have a nice little bridge here with our big lava tower that powers our mountain, keeps us warm. All this lava flows through the mountain and keeps the villages nice and warm. Eventually I'll put a pathway coming down this way. Over this side here though, we have another little watchtower and kind of a pond stream thing with a frozen stream over this way that I've been working on the last few episodes. You guys have probably seen that one over there. We have our polar bear as well, and this nice little tiny custom mountain, nothing compared to the one at the capital, but it was my first little build, so I think it turned out pretty good. What do you guys think? I'm still not 100% sure if I like the ores yet, but we're keeping them there for the moment. There's pretty much my base all done. I think, yeah, that's pretty much everything that I've done so far for my base. So I think we'll go ahead and jump over to the nether right now, and I can show you guys a little nether hub that Mattcraft has been working on, and we can jump over to other people's bases from there. Put on our golden booties. So let's head to, this is his portal that he's built, by the way. It's super dark with shaders on, so I'm going to turn those off real quick. There we go. The nether looks so much less scary without shaders on. But this is his whole portal and system stuff that he built a little while ago. You can check out his video to that as well if you want to. His channel's down in the description below, as is everyone else's. But he's kind of linked up a lot of stuff here, so let's go ahead and check out his building just over this way. And here we have Mattcraft's base. He's slowly been working on it. As you guys know, he's only a newish member to the group here, so he's only been on for a short amount of time compared to the rest of us. But he's kind of worked up his whole custom mountain here. It's a big project for him to tackle, but he's got a dwarven base style kind of thing here. He hasn't done quite the backside of it yet, but I mean, look at the mountain range. You can't expect him to get all of it done straight away, but it's looking really cool so far. This is the Kevin the magical tree that he bought off Mr. Magic Blocks a while ago. But we head inside here. I believe this is kind of his walkway. It's kind of one of his pathways and things that he's getting worked on just here. And over this side, I believe it's kind of his main entrance to his base, so he can fly in up here. He just finished off the episode. I just finished watching it, to be honest with you. But yeah, there's kind of like a really cool, like his campfires and stuff inside here, lighting up the areas. And this is his mass storage system. I believe he's going to, work it all out to be an auto sorter. But this is really cool. I really like his way his base is going. I'm keen to see where he takes it and how far he goes with it. But I really like his concept and his ideas so far, and we'll see where he goes with the rest of it. Heading over this way is Roth's creation just here. As you can see, he's not quite done. He's kind of been spending a lot of his time over at the capital, obviously doing all of that work. But as you guys can see, he was planning on doing a big floating island, and this is kind of as far as he got. As I said, he's been doing a lot of work at the capital, so that's kind of where his main focus has been. Not too much on his base here, but I would have loved to see him finish this off. We'll see if he gets to it or not. But he kind of has the rest of his little base just over this way, just kind of his essentials and everything that he needs just over behind here. And he also has, and I did find this little thing over here. I'm presuming it's his. I haven't actually honestly seen it before, so I'm quite curious to know if it actually is Roth's or not. I believe it would be. But it's quite a large building just over this way. Check out how big it goes. It's quite insane, honestly. I can't believe I've never even seen this before. I was just flying around, I saw the smoke, and I thought it was his little base. But maybe this is what he had, and he's just been upgrading it quite substantially. Inside, it looks a really cool chandelier. I don't think too much inside has been done, but the outside looks really cool. I'm interested to see how far he actually goes with it. If this is his. And here we have Dire Creations base here. Oh, looks, that's a new little feature that I haven't seen yet. But just inside here, he has a mob farm, so that's really cool that he has like that integrated into like the floating island and things. So I think guessing he stands up in there, and everything spawns and drops down below. I'm not sure what's in this one here. Maybe he just added another little floating mountain and things like that, just to add a bit more scenery. But if we come down here, this is actually like the whole cutout of that base just up there, so it kind of matches and works really well. And it looks like there's a zombie over here. But yeah, as you can see, his mobs drop down from in there, and he gathers all that stuff over there. He has a few really cool buildings, his like nether style and things, and this is kind of his log cabin just over here as well. I really like his whole build style. As you know, he's a new member as well, so he hasn't been on the server as long as everyone else either, but his base is slowly coming together. It's looking pretty nice, and I like his other build styles as well here with all the nether options. Okay, so over here we have Z-Man's base, and it's a really cool concept for this one, and honestly insane how much he's dug out. This was all filled in, and he's mined it all. He's gone all the way down. Like, the guy's just crazy. Who on earth would choose to do that? But his base is looking very cool. This is kind of his center castle, so I believe he wanted it to be like the nether is creeping out and coming into the overworld. As you can see by his gradients, he's coming all the way up and out, and it's slowly breaking up into the terracotta. He's going to do like that lava floor kind of feel coming up through the bottom here, and just look at this castle. It's really cool, like his block choices and just the way it's laid out. It's just looking really cool. I'm keen to see it done. But inside here, he has his little mountain cave base, just to have his things stored in this location. But just the amount of work it's been just to even dig out this is crazy. And it looks like he did it all with no beacon as well, so that's even more insane. Or maybe he had one, he's removed it or something. I'm not sure, but just look at the scale of this thing. Like that, there is just sheer mass of this, the project he has committed to. Definitely props to him for that. Okay, so next up here we have Soul's insane looking base. It's very cool looking. I really love the concept of it. It's like super futuristic-y, but I think he wants to eventually get it overrun. He wants to come back and then add all plans to make it look overgrown and things, from my memory of what he was telling me about it. But just look at the sheer scale of this thing. It looks so cool, especially with the lava and the beacons coming up out of those pillars just over them. I'm not sure exactly what all these rooms are. A lot of them look a bit empty, but I know inside he has obviously his main base and things. You can see some storage in there and all that stuff. He has his pathways leading in and around to each little section. I'm not sure what he has planned over this way, but I'm presuming it's something quite big. Let's see what the signs say. I'm serious. Alright, but yeah, that's his whole layout just here. It looks really cool. I really like his big massive pillar thing in the middle here. It goes up so high, just the amount of diorite, all of this is made of diorite. Look at it all. This is diorite, everything basically. This is very crazy, and I like his really color combination here with the diorite and the black stone. I think it works really well together, and then with his red concrete floors or terracotta, whatever it is. But yeah, it just works out really well, and his whole base idea and concept is just very cool. I really like it. It's definitely probably one of my favorites that are on the server, I reckon. Just flying into Abby's base here and look at her iron farm. This is just an absolute monstrosity of a iron farm. The amount of iron she would have gotten from this is just insane. Look at the scale of this thing, and the work to put into this. Oh my god, she's just crazy. She's probably definitely the richest person I reckon on the server over here. But we can come over to her base. It's just here. Here's the snowman I built. She still has it. Oh, that's nice. There's a kind of, cause she, well, a couple of people pranked me actually. I added, so we go ahead and revenge them with a little bit of a snowman build. But it's kind of her bases here. She has a nice little project board. Inside her base looks very nice. She's got a very like homely design, massive TV. We've got some cake over there. We got, dinner table, all that kind of stuff. But she definitely has some of the biggest auto farms, I believe. Like this, look at that one over there. She's got like kind of it linked up everywhere to the rails. I believe this is a custom mountain over this way. Yeah, like all this here was custom made, I believe. This whole ring just here. She's got a little bit of a nether portal design happening over in that corner as well. We do have another farm over this way. Looks like a sugarcane farm mixed with maybe a creeper farm or something all in one. I don't know. That would be my guess. So she can make rockets. It all blends together just there. Do I want to go in here? Look at this villager breeding section just over here that she has all hooked up, ready to go with the mines and the mine carts, and it's just very cool. I like the idea of a base. I'm keen to see what else she's been working on. I know she did like a guardian farm as well, and she did a lot of stuff like that as well. So she's definitely put in the work on these auto farms and done a very good job, I want to say. Alrighty, coming over this way here now is Crab's creation here. It's the oasis here in the desert. It looks really cool. I really like what she's done to the place. It's kind of turned out really awesomely. This whole like bridge and concept idea, and then we also have a mini game included here. So you put in an netherite ingot, I believe, no, a netherite block. What are they called? Ancient debris, I believe you put in here, and it's going to spit out diamonds. It can give you like 1, it can give you 20. It's all like a random thing that she's generated. Obviously less chance to do the high stuff, but yeah, all the diamonds come spitting out of here. I wish I had someone here so I could show you guys what it looked like, but yeah, this is kind of the places here. She did a really good job on the build. As everything that I've mentioned before, I'll say it again, you can find everyone's link down in the description below if you want to check out any of their builds in particular. But there's one last stop I want to go check out. It's kind of a big one, and it looks really cool. I've seen some photos of it. I've never actually checked it out in game though. So we're going to go ahead and jump over there, and see you guys in a second. Here it is, as you can see it loading in. Look at this statue. This is insane. This was made by Xylani. And like, I'll spin around. Oh my god, there's some more over here. This is crazy. Check this out. I really wish you'd come back on and, finish some projects. But look at this thing. Let me turn that HUD off. Look at it. Damn. That's crazy. This is all done in like survival. Like, this is not a creative build at all. I don't think I can even do that in creative, and then she went ahead and done it in survival. Jeez, I almost killed myself. She done it in survival, like just the sheer scale of this thing, and like it looks so good too. Like it just crazy, like the hands and the normally like the hands and things look pretty funny on with some people's statue builds, but like the face, the hands, it's all just done so well. Like I just can't believe it was done in creative. I mean in survival, so not creative at all. But look at this as well. I haven't even seen this before. Like some things on the servers I haven't even seen. I don't know how it's possible, but like look at this like ancient structure. It looks very like Roman-y styled. I presume that's the style they're going for with these like big statues and stuff. But like even the floor pattern and just these pillars and things, like it's all wood. Like it looks like it's sandstone or something, but that's all wood. And then look at the roof here. All these blocks would have been so hard to get. I really wish this gets finished. Hopefully it does. Just because like it looks so insane. And look at this thing here. I just can't believe how massive this thing is. Like for real. It's crazy. Obviously it'd be hollow inside, but like who needs to care about the inside? And even this thing, oh man, I'm just blown away, honestly. This was a great thing to end up on because I have not actually even seen this thing. I've only seen screenshots of it, so this is really, really cool. Definitely go to Xylani's channel down in the description below. Go and head and spam her and get her to jump back on so she can come on and finish this thing because it looks insane. Even some custom mountains over this way coming together. slowly, but you know, custom mountains always suck. They really aren't fun. I don't think so anyways. We've got a couple of auto farms over this way as well, but just these builds are really incredible. Hopefully, you know, she gets on and finishes them off, because I want to see them done, and I'm sure probably a lot of you do as well. But yeah, that's really a good one to finish up on, I think. Yeah, I think we'll jump back over the capital, and I'll see you guys there in just a moment. So I think we might go ahead and wrap it up just there, guys. I know it was an extremely long one, but I hope you all enjoyed it. And you know, I've just had an incredible year on the server. But yeah, even just not even on the server stuff, it's me just, you know, hanging out with the people on that play as well here. You know, just in other games and just chat and everything. It's been really fun, and I have really enjoyed the time on here as well. But with that sun being said, I think we might go ahead and just end it off just here, guys. So thank you all for watching. If you did watch it to the very end, you know, just absolute thanks to you guys, and hopefully here's to another year of building and Minecraft adventures. So thanks again, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.